everybody! I'm here today to show you how to make wide turns. This will be a simple beginner driving lesson, but by all means, even experienced drivers can benefit from watching this as well. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So once again, it's a beginner driving lesson, but whether you are a beginner or an experienced driver, by all means, experienced drivers can benefit from it as well. It's kind of geared towards helping everybody. Now, to make wide turns, it's going to be very similar to making regular turns, but with a few simple modifiers. So the first modifier, and I'll demonstrate momentarily, the first modifier is with your steering. And basically, you don't have to turn the wheel as much. You see, the more that you turn your wheel, the sharper that the turn is going to be, because your wheels are going to be turned more. Now, with a wider turn, regularly for kind of like a regular right turn, I would probably have to turn the wheel about, I would say, like 3/4 of a turn, 75%, 85% of a turn, something like that. But with a wider turn, you're going to have to turn it less than that. So that's the first modifier. Obviously, you don't have to turn the wheel as much. And secondly, the second modifier is going to be on the actual pathway of your turn, in that your turning radius will be different, okay? So your turning radius is obviously going to be much wider, much longer. The distance that you travel in a wider turn will be much longer. And also, the third modifier is where you will be looking. You see, for a sharper turn or a regular turn, you're going to look more towards the turning area. So if I was making a regular right turn, I would look right about here. But for a wider turn, I'd probably look right about here. For a regular left turn, I would look here, but for a wider turn, I'd probably look right about there. So you're going to change your viewpoint a bit. Now, enough of me talking. Let's demonstrate some wide turns. I'm actually in a parking lot, so I can kind of use the space to my advantage. Let's reverse out of here, just like that. It's always important to reverse and look all around when you're reversing. On a side note, also, it's an empty, like, there are cars here, but there's no foot traffic in this parking lot at this time, at any time close to this. So I know I have the freedom to sort of move around freely and safely without, worrying anybody that's walking around in here. All right, I don't want them to be thinking like, what's this guy doing circles in the parking lot? Woo, this guy's, who knows? Okay, anyways, let's move on. So anyways, I'm not gonna be signaling or anything like that, because that is the same as if you do a regular turn. You signal, you check your mirrors, you check your blind spot. But because we're in a parking lot and there's no one here, I just want to show you the steering and the viewpoint and the curvature. So right now, I'm going to be taking a very rather wide turn. So as you can see right here, this is how much I'm turning the wheel. It's just over halfway. And I'm going to take this really wide turn over here, trying to avoid hitting the curb, just like that, okay? Now I'm going to make another wide turn over here. I'll make another right-hand wide turn. So as you can see, this is even wider right here. I'm only turning the wheel like less than halfway. Really, really wide turn, okay? Now where I would be looking is right about here. Now I'm going to sharpen this up so I don't go and hit that curve right there. But now I'm going to take another really wide turn. I'll try and make this one a little bit wider, but I'm turning the wheel like just slightly. Like, look at how much I'm turning the wheel. And I'm looking essentially, I don't want to hit this car over here. I'm looking essentially right over here. So instead of like on a regular turn, I would be looking over here. I'll demonstrate a regular normal 90-degree turn, okay, just like this. So a regular turn, I would be looking right over here. Now for a wide turn, right, I'm looking more right about here. Like, I'm still looking, if I'm making a wide right-hand turn, I'm still looking towards my right-hand side, but I am not looking nearly as far right as usual. And the same thing goes with a left turn. So what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of a figure 8 over here. We'll demonstrate a wide left turn, okay? So we're driving right here. We're going to demonstrate hopefully a really wide left turn. I'm really trying to use the space. So here's a pretty wide left turn, as you can see, and I'm looking basically right here. Regularly for left turn, I would be looking over here. I'm looking right here right now. The wheel turn is obviously way less of a turn to make that turn much wider. And also, it's just the curvature is way wider. So it takes a different kind of driving skill to sort of make that happen. And it's important to understand that just because you don't want to be making these turns and doing them in the exact same way that you would make regular turns, you want to modify them so that they work in your favor. And that's it. That is how to make wide turns, a beginner driving lesson. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.